Hey guys, Ron Heagy. I just got back yesterday from a trip we made down southern Oregon. I had an opportunity to speak to two different schools, high schools and junior highs. And I'm telling you, these kids were hurting from depressed kind of economy situations, logging towns. And we drove full 7 hours for 2 hours of speaking and about 2 hours of talking to kids and signing their things. I remember getting up that day and I didn't feel very good at all. Matter of fact, I had no clue how I was going to make it. My wife let me sleep half the way down there, but when I got into the high school gym and saw the kids filtering in and saw some sad faces, I got some God-given energy and was able to speak and talk to them about purpose and direction and don't give up the dream and work together as a team and allow the inner person to come out and quit tearing each other apart and calling each other names, and let's build each other up and make the tail wag. I told them about the time my dog looked at my hand and kept wondering why I wouldn't pet him, and I realized that I could tell him good words, so I told him he's a good dog, he's a real good dog, and I love you, man, you're my dog. And he started wagging his tail. My dog he understands words, and he wagged his tail. And we as human beings understand words, and I gave up a good word. Kids came up with their stories. One little girl, blonde hair, maybe 12, she stood there staring at me. She said, that story really made a difference for me. I've had a hard time. My life's been rather confusing. I've had 3 stepfathers, and I know that there's good men out there, and you're one of them, and I know God, and He helps me. But thank you for coming to my school. Another little boy walked up, told me his dad was killed in an auto accident by a drunk driver, and I could tell he didn't want to tell me the story because he'd break down and cry, and sure enough, he broke down and cried, and before I could get to him or have somebody grab him, he kind of slipped off, but he was touched by my story. Another young guy came up who had some long hair down over his face and looked like he had some piercings and things, and he was struggling with himself, and he told me, hey, my grandma told me about you when I was 5 years old. He's about 16 now. He said she passed away, but I remember your story about you painting with your mouth and never thought I'd see you speak. I just want to tell you, I had a mental breakdown not long ago, and all the stress just got to me. I didn't know if I could keep going. But after hearing you today, hey man, you really helped me. So I said, do you read? He said, yes, I do. I said, go over and get a book. I want to give my book to you. Let me sign that for you, and you be encouraged. Because what does that title say? Never give up. And sometimes life is hard. Most of the time life is hard, but we got to keep going, and we can help other people. Because when I take my eyes off of my problems, because they're big, and when I look down, I go down. But when I look up off of my problems, I see guys like you, and I realize life is worth living. So I'm thankful for my wife. She drove 7 hours. My little girl came with us, and we spoke to a couple schools and had some real terrific stories, all because of you guys supporting me. Thank you. I'm getting my phone.